Right, I have just come down to the workshop. I had a spinner blank cut out of titanium yesterday, and I'll be completely honest, I don't think I've been that excited about a particular spinner shape in a very long time. Possibly ever. Take a look at that. Yes, it's fairly big, bigger than I usually do, but there's something about this shape. I'm absolutely itching to get it ground and, you know, pop the core in it and just see what it spins like. It's let's just do it. Oh, actually, every so often on this channel, or quite often, I get comments saying, hey, less talking, more spinner stuff, that kind of thing. This isn't one of those channels. This channel is, you know, it's me making spinners, it's me making other things sometimes. It's me talking about business, it's me talking about me, probably more often than I should. It's, you know, there's a lot of talking involved. It's just what the channel is. I don't want it to be just another one of those channels where, you know, something gets made and there's no one involved, you know, there's no face to the camera. I mean, not only are you getting a face, you know, granted it could be a better face, but it's a face nonetheless. There's going to be a lot of talking. There's going to be me sharing stuff. That's, if you've looked at my previous video, I did a lot more of that in the past. Recently, you know, the spinner videos have been going really well and really growing my channel, so I've been focusing on that. But there will be talking, and yeah, let's just both deal with it. So, with that, let's get to some grinding now. Just replaced the belt. I've been doing so much grinding of spinners in the last few weeks, I'm just like ripping through belts, but you know, I think it's worth it. So I have just gone over the sort of the tips of it, or the ends of it, the three ends. So if you take a look at that. What I need to do now is get inside this bit here, sort of where your finger pushes against. Unfortunately, the radius of this is just a little too small to go on the sort of the small round wheel on there, so I'm gonna have to do it on this Scotch-Brite wheel here. So it won't be as smooth and nice looking, but that's fine because, as you know and I mention all the time, these are just crude prototypes. They're not something I'm gonna sell. When I do start making spinners for sale, they're going to be produced properly on sort of CNC machines, you know, and the buttons on lathes and all that sort of stuff. So this is just it's just for the videos. Right, so that is the sort of insides ground right there. Not the prettiest, but you know, it'll do. That is the spinner, completely ground down. Looking pretty good, even if I say so myself. Now I have to have a little bit of a confession here to you. I cut this the wrong size, or should I say I drew, actually I didn't draw the center bit to accept the core the wrong size. I drew it the right size, but on the water jet cutter that we cut this with, we have to specify an offset, you know, because hard to explain, I'll explain another day. I put in the wrong offset, you know, I guessed what it would be, didn't work, and so the core, like the brass core that goes in here, the core is by NTO Designs, by the way. It's too small, this is too big for it and it drops through. But I can use a little bit of glue, I've done it before on one or two of the previous spinners, and that'll work fine. So I just thought I'd confess that to you because, you know, like, I'm always like 100% honest. You know, I don't lie. In fact, I don't know if you know that, I never lie, like full stop, ever, about anything. But at least you know where you stand with me. Now, what am I doing? Oh yeah, tumbler. So, we're going to put it in this here, and then it is going to go in that there for about 2 hours, and then we'll have a pretty awesome, or potentially awesome, spinner. Like I said it earlier, I'm so excited about this one. There's just, let's just do it. You know, the world of prototyping is UGLY ugly. Right now, the spinner is, in fact I'll show you, sitting on its edge with glue sort of squeezing out the side of the bearing. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty hideous. That's pretty much what all prototyping is everywhere. Like, it's not the clean, polished, you know, precision machined final product, you know, if it's metal or, you know, or whatever it is. There's just like ugly, sort of fast testing. It's all about sort of like getting through it quick, you know, on to the next one. I mean, look at this. That is a whole bunch of prototypes right there. You know, some of them, you know, I was testing for sort of for my own interest, just for fidgeting. Others were just sort of wild experiments sort of that I showed you in the videos. You'll probably, if you've been following my videos, you'll probably recognize a whole bunch of those. So yeah, I mean that's what prototyping is. You just gotta get through it fast. So just a bit of a waiting game for this glue to dry right now, really. And there we have it. Now, before I show it to you, the glue is sort of like come out a little bit, and because the tolerances are kind of so fine on the core in the middle, the brass core, there's like a little bit of friction, so it works okay that way, but this way, see? That's not the core, that's because I got glue in it, my fault. So the core again is NTO Designs. Using that until I sort of make my own titanium cores, but that's it there. Looking very, very good. It really looks just so different to anything I've done so far. Really, I'm kind of impressed with it. Like, just impressed with like the shape. You know, it just looks so athletic, perhaps. Would that be the word? An athletic shape. Yeah, just now there's also another change with this, and that is the thickness. So if you look at that, It's 10 millimeters thick. All the other spinners I've done so far have been 8 millimeters. So it's a bit thicker. I'm not going to say it's better than the other spinners I've done, because it's not better, but it's not worse. It's just different. Because it's so much longer, and because it's thicker, and because, like, I don't know, it's like it's got big long arms, big long legs. It spins so completely differently. Like, there's a bit of mass there. There's nowhere near as much beveling. Like, because, as you know, I've ground it by hand. When you look on here, there's no beveling on there. It's just a little edge that I've sanded off and then broken in the tumbler. And by broken, I mean rounded off. We call that broken. So while it's comfortable, it's not as comfortable as it would be if I did a proper production version. But like right now, it's just nice. It's a nice change to the ones I've done. The ones I've done before, you know, really fidgetable, small, generally smaller, and you just flick them around. But this one you got to pay more attention to. It's got a bit of mass to it. It's kind of like the bigger ones I've tried myself, you know, from other manufacturers. But yeah, man, there's something pretty cool about it. One more very quick thing I almost forgot to show you, and that is this. So you take a look at this. Now watch the button, okay? You see that? Absolutely flush. Now if you've been following me, you know I am making another spinner, developing it, and you know that's the one. If you look in the description below, you can sign up. I've got a launch list, which is kind of like a list where, you know, you get updated with behind the scenes stuff and that kind of thing on the development and eventual launch of the spinner. You'll get notified there first. And on that list, I showed the spinner with a really low profile button. Like most people have them sticking out, and this was like really low profile. A lot of people weren't sure if it would work. I was pretty sure it would work, and you know, I'm still sure it will work. I just have to get it fully prototyped first. But you know, this shows you, like, there's no, my finger and thumb, they're not rubbing on here at all, you know. And so yeah, so low profile buttons, yeah, I think that might be the future. And with that, I will leave you with a quote. It is by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he said, "A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds."